So what is going on, everybody? It is Craig, and here I am, back again. Yes, I am. I don't got anything to open though. I'm doing a video today that I haven't done in a few years, but I thought, why the hell not? Because it is a direction I'm going to try to take my channel and more. I want to keep doing more. I want to do more reviews. I used to do a lot of movie reviews. I hit streaks. Sometimes I do a lot, sometimes a little. But I want to do my de facto top 10 list for 2021. And this is only movies from 2021. There's one or two in here that are listed as 20, but they're almost 21 this. So I guess, there's sometimes I guess it came out, but still extended. It still counts as 21 for me. I will say right off the bat, there are some things I have not seen that I feel could make the list just based off of looking at them. Like, I did enjoy Don't Breathe 1. I haven't seen Don't Breathe 2. Candyman, I know it's gotten a lot of contradictory opinions, but I think that has potential. I might hate it, but I haven't seen it, so I can't judge it. And the one that I'm really almost positive is going to be on my list of top 10, if I had seen it, is one that was just in the theaters, and then eventually when it's on demand, I'll buy it, I'll watch it. Is the movie Antlers, because for whatever reason, I'm a big sucker for the Wendigo storylines, and there's a lot of cheesy Wendigo movies I liked. Supernatural episode number 3 on the Wendigo is one of my favorites. Um, is that number 3 or is that number 2? Either way, love that story. I even liked when Bigfoot destroyed a group of Wendigos in a pretty gnarly movie that I did do a review for. But so we're gonna do top 10, and this isn't the easiest thing to do because there are a lot of things you forget about, and so I am trying to keep my eye on the prize, I guess. So if I go back and forth between, oh wait, maybe this should be 7, this should be, we're just gonna work with 10 movies, the better ones towards the end. So I'm gonna give it number 10. That's gonna annoy most of you because it might have annoyed me too, except I think I embraced it for what it was. 2019's Black Christmas was horrific, and anyone who liked that movie, well, you're wrong. But that's okay. I've been wrong before. I'm probably wrong what I'm about to say. But a movie that I did enjoy from 2021 was a sci-fi original, Slumber Party Massacre remake. Now, some of you might say, well, aren't there parallels between? No, because Black Christmas 2019 took itself entirely seriously. It is obvious from Jump Street that this Slumber Party Massacre remake knows it's being satirical, especially when they had the slumber party in the guy's cabin, and you saw it's just the absurdity of it, and the thing that puts it on the list, to be quite frank with you, is so they bring back the drill killer, okay, and he has a fight with a kid who has a guitar, but the guitar, minus the drill on it, of course, looks exactly like the one from Slumber Party Massacre 2. So just to see that shot, it puts it at number 10 for me. I will say though, if it is a little woke-esque at times, but you know what? That's not necessarily a bad thing, based on how it's done, and I think they did it in a fun way, so I like it. Hopefully that'll be in a hard pack one day, and I'll add it with my other Slumber Party Massacre movies. So that's number 9. Now, I'm sorry, that's number 10. Now is where it gets tricky. I will tell you right off the bat, one of my favorite movies is another cheesy one that I saw, but that'll be later on the list. But this was a good year for slasher or slasher type flicks. So again, this next sequence, it doesn't necessarily have to be in this way, but let's just say 9, 8, and 7 are going to all be, number 9 is going to be a movie that came out. Again, this is one of those ones that's listed as 2020, but was out in 2021, called The Initiation. And The Initiation, again, you give me a campus slasher with a kill with a decent looking mask. Give me some good kills, some gory kills, and even some emotional connection to the kills. Like which you don't always necessarily get in the cheesy campus slasher, which this really isn't. Like, it is trying to find something different. You know, I don't know how much experience the director has. If it's, I don't know if it's a first or, well, you know, but it was well done. So if you haven't seen it and you like a good slasher flick, it's a little more of a, there's emotion and drama connected, maybe a little more than some other movies that you might, if that's your fix, but it's worth seeing. Next, we're gonna say There's Someone Inside Your House, and this was a Netflix movie, and this was a Netflix movie that I sort of snuck up on me because, as you know, one of those things, you're looking through Amazon Prime, look through Netflix, you see something, oh, check it out, you watch it, like, oh, cool, it's slasher. And so essentially, this is a slasher about killing people and then exposing all their secrets, which kind of, you know, seems like you expose the secrets first and kill them, but that's fine. And it was well done, and it had a relatively predictable twist, I think, but it was still a fun watch. And I don't think, I don't know if all the kills were completely fair, you know, but it was another good film. So, and now my number 7 is really one of 3, you know, but I'm going to treat it as a trilogy, the whole trilogy as one. I enjoyed the Fear Street trilogy. If I had to pick the one I enjoyed the most, I would go 94. I would 94, 78, and then 66. But 94, you had, it opens up, it has almost a Scream opening. You know, now I know this is more than a slasher because they talks about ghosts and curses and things like that too, as you learn more and more about it. But you had good kills, and there was a kill in the in the supermarket towards the end that was very similar to a really gnarly kill that was in a Raimi film in the early '80s, whose for some reason name I can't remember at the moment. I probably should have looked it up, but yeah, I'm sure those of you listening to me know what it is I'm talking about. It's when Bruce Campbell, a nice little cameo at the end, right? So that puts us what? That puts us at 6, going to 6. The next one I would say, and again, this could be high. I guess it's based on, you know, whenever, but I would say I like, you know what? I'll go pure cheese. And here's a movie. Again, I don't even know why it's on the list, but it's something that I watched first time. I hated it, and then I just had it watched again randomly. I'm like, okay, PG's grown on me a little bit. Um, Shudder, Psycho Gorman. Okay, it is not scary. It is the little girl in the movie. You want to have her get like die a horrible death because she's an awful human being. But I don't know. There's just some silliness about it. You know, I mean, it's not as good. It's nowhere near as good as Uncle Pekka, Uncle Peckerhead, Peckle. God, my memory's shot. But you know what? It is a fun flick. So, you know, maybe I should reposition that maybe towards the end of the list, not in front of these thrashes. So maybe we'll put that at 10 and move everything up one. But it should be on the list because of what it was. And most people that are into horror have seen and enjoy the gimmickiness of it. Speaking of gimmickiness, now we're gonna hit number 5. Willy's Wonderland. Nick Cage. Nick Cage versus evil Chuck E. Cheese puppets. There you go. That's all you need to know. I don't know. It was a fun, weird movie. It's along the line. Well, it's not along the line because it's very different than Banana Split, but it has, you know, that it's centered around similar constructs, I guess. But if you like crazy Nick Cage and you want to see crazy Nick Cage take out Chuck E. Cheese puppets, then it has everything you ever wanted. So Willy's Wonderland, I would say that the one thing that got me with it though is like Nick Cage is able to take out the puppets, but anyone else, like, they puppets easily kill and dispatch. So that, well, except the one girl could defend herself a little bit, but like everyone else is just like taken out like that. It's like, it's a little uneven, but okay, I'm with you. So now we're down to 4. What may they be? I actually don't know. I know 3 of them. I'm forgetting something right now. So let's go to 4. 4 is a movie that is very different than it is billed. Like, when you look at it, it looks like you're in for a ghost movie, but when you watch it, you get a whole lot else. And we're gonna talk about *Malignant*. Malignant was one of those movies that was on HBO Max for a little while, which I didn't know they pulled it as quickly as they were going to, which is unfortunate. But it is something I will watch eventually, and not watch eventually. I was something I will own eventually. I watched it already. But one of the reasons I did watch it is I am a big mark for James Wan. Like, I think James Wan is very underrated. And as people love him and they talk about him like Dead Silence and and the Saw and the Conjuring movies, but I don't think you realize that that's a pretty big that's a lot of movies in a short period of time, and he's pretty much knocked out the park in them. So in that regard, that like that's more than most people have done. So I will give that. I will give that there. To Malignant. And this is just me trying to think back and forth as to what the next one. The next one is going to be a movie that it's just a great movie, even though I probably didn't like it as much as some did. I know enough of a good movie. I see when a movie's done well enough to know that you have to have it on a list like this, especially since the movie I'm going to have number one, most of you might not even have me in your top 10, but that's fine. I got to say Last Night in Soho. Okay? The Last Night in Soho was just a well done, or you want to call it a killer movie, a ghost movie, I just it's an odd thing. Essentially, the girl sees she's a ghost and then has a vivid dream that transports back and then going through the kills. And so without giving too much of it away, if you haven't seen it, and again, it's a movie that I think pretty much sure when it came out lost money. It just goes to show that if you don't market things the right way. But Last Night in Soho, it's something too that I will not only hope comes in a hard pack, I will seek out to own. Now, my next two. My second one is along the vein of Last Night in Soho, and as it's just a well done, well acted, conceptually really strong film. I just thought of a whole movie I didn't have on the list that needs to be on the list. Okay, I'll make that change in a second. But Psycho Gorman's getting bumped. But anyway, this is number two would be Censor. Censor connects like the video nasties craze with all the censorship in the movies, especially in the UK. Woman going through these videos, sort of coming up with the ratings for them. She sees could be her sister. Is it acting? Is it real? What's going on? Sort of open up that sort of pathway, if you will. I did buy Censor. I bought Censor in the Vinegar Syndrome Black Friday release, which I haven't done a video for yet because I only got that box in like a week ago, so it's not that overdue. My movie that needs to replace a movie. Psycho Gorman, I tried to put on the list. I wanted to keep it in there. I did for the cheesiness of it, but I got to bump it for this because I completely blanked on another movie that I saw on Netflix, Blood Skies. Blood Skies is about a woman who's a vampire, and she's fighting being a vampire. She's taking all these drugs to fight being a vampire, and now she's on an airplane. Well, you saw snakes on a plane. We've seen zombies on a plane. Well, this is the first time I've ever seen vampires on a plane, and it was a good, fun movie. Did it go a little further than maybe had to? Could have just ended it about 10 minutes earlier? Probably. But it was well done, especially the reveal moments. And there's a couple of known actors too. Like the one of the guys who dies in right away is Rory from Legends, and he was also in Prison Break and that etc. So Blood Skies, I'll boot that up. I'll put that at like number 9. We'll put Somebody Bastard, get back to 10, and then Psycho Gorman that hangs out in the honorable mention zone. But the movie for me, that's my number 1. And I telling you this is just me and just the way I like movies. It's not a number 1 movie for most people, but it's a movie that is just fun, and sometimes fun in episode is good. Nothing wrong with fun in episode. So I really enjoyed the movie Werewolves Within. Okay? Now, truth be told, one of the reasons I watched this is I was looking through the previews, and I saw like Milana Vansrib in it, and I'm like, oh, that's the chick from the insurance commercials. Okay, which is cool. And she played the postman in it. I won't give any more information as far as anything else with it, but essentially it's a small town and some shit's going down. Some dead bodies, some animal attacks, maybe, maybe not. Like, and you have this new guy, Finn, who moved to town, and then now I forget what he was. It was either like a sheriff, like, and everyone was a character. You had the woman who owned the house. You had another woman investigating the animal attacks. You had someone who loved their pet too much. You had the cliche rich couple who also was the cliche gay couple. Then you had like the people who I'm pretty sure were making meth in the house. It is a movie that if you like fun, campy stuff, like it is not scary in the least. You're not gonna watch it and oh my god, I'm traumatized from watching that. But if you want a fun movie, for me anyway, I think Werewolves was a lot of fun. So again, it's not the best one on this list. You want best for acting, you go with Sensi, you go with Last Night in Soho, you go with Malignant. You want some of the fun thrasher stuff, go with the ones I talked about. You want crazy, go with Willy Wonderland. But all in all, it wasn't a bad year. And again, I know I didn't see some movies. I also didn't see the new Escape Room, which I did like the one that this is a sequel to, so there's probably a chance I'll enjoy that. But I really am looking forward to Antlers. I just got to wait for that to come so I can see streaming. So, what about the gorilla in the room? And no, I'm not talking about myself. I know some of you are sitting there. I know what you're thinking. What happened, Craig? Did you forget numbers? Like, do you have a zero? Because you forgot one. I'm like, no, I have 10 in there. But Craig, you forgot a movie, the biggest movie like ever, and everyone loves it. I'm not going to say what the movie is. If you watch my videos, I did a review of the movie that most of you are expecting to be on a top 10 list. Many of you have in a top 5. My assessment of that movie is very different. So that is all I will say there. I'm sure you can guess in the comment what movie is not on my list that's on most people. But thanks, folks. Anyone who spends the time to watch a video like this, especially a lengthy one, I appreciate. I have fun making. One of my goals for the new year is to find out how to put like things in videos, like so I can go, wow, look, here's the movie poster I'm talking about. I can't do that yet. I don't know how to do that. I don't have the apps to do that, but it'll happen. We'll try to get a little more creative with the videos. Till then, I do appreciate all the support. What did you have on your top 10 that I didn't mention? Let me know. Maybe there's something I haven't seen that I want to check out. Aside from the one that you know what it is, you can look and see there's a reason it's not here. But anyway, folks, you have a good one. And if I don't talk to you or see you, have a great New Year's Eve. Stay safe, all that fun stuff. Get as drunk as you want, just don't drive. Peace out, everybody.